hello once again, beloved. I've got the drinks. I'm sorry if I took a bit too long. The line was quite sizable, as we both noticed when we walked into the cafe, but nevertheless, managed to get our drinks. Let me just get myself comfy. There we go. So, just want to make sure, how are you feeling? That's good. Always good to hear. Thank you for letting me know. And as we know, I'm here if you need anything at all. But anyway, got you a drink right here. Bottoms up. Shall we clank the glasses together? Certainly. Cheers. Ah, that is refreshing. Ever so refreshing. Tell you what, since I'm back now, what I thought we could do is just spend a bit of time perhaps talking about our plans for today. Would you like to hear some of my ideas? I'd be more than happy to share what is on my mind. So, let's see, let me just get my phone out. I've made some notes here, you see. Let me just check. Here we go. Now, like I say, got a couple of ideas for our big day out. So, the first one is to explore the nearby museum. Now, I heard that there's a museum about, well, I believe it's about local history, but also it's got exhibits of paintings and other sorts of creations from many decades ago, and I've heard it's really invigorating stuff. Would absolutely love to go to that. I managed to read up a bit online about it. It doesn't cost too much to get in, and of course I will gladly cover the entrance fees. But of course, we don't have to go there. I get that's a bit more quiet, a bit more educational, you could say. So, again, that's really not like high priority in the slightest, but it's just an idea that came to mind. Let's see, what else? Yes. Well, if that's not perhaps to your liking, well, there's also exploring the nearby cathedral. Now, this cathedral is ever so old, more than 500 years old, from what I've heard. And again, I believe that entrance shouldn't be too much to really worry about at all. So, again, maybe we could explore around there and check out the sights from the top of the cathedral and explore all of the historical little... Sorry, I think I'm getting a bit too excited with the thought of brushing up on the local history. I'm, as you know, a bit of a history buff, and it is a bit old-fashioned, I understand. Maybe I should try and skip to the more contemporary ideas. Let's just check again. Right. Okay, some more exciting ideas, some that I'm sure you will enjoy as well, or at least enjoy more so. Well, I did see that there's actually a quite a nice eatery nearby here in town. What is it called? I can't remember the name. I didn't write down the name exactly, but nevertheless, I do have the coordinates. I do have the address for where it should be located. And, well, it's quite a lovely little establishment. It's one of those restaurants that kind of introduces meals from all over the world. It's not like a buffet, but more like has a selection of specials and regular meals, but, each with their own theme. It's not too highbrow, but not too greasy or anything like that. I think it should be a nice balance in the middle. Should have some rather tasty food and, just relaxing ambience without us needing to dress up in extravagant ways or anything like that. And, I've checked as well. I've checked the prices. Should all be okay. Should all be reasonable. So, That's an idea, that one. But I also made a note of another one just in case. I've made note of it's a Greek vendor, so Greek foods, what are they called? Gyros. I believe that's how it's pronounced, gyros. Kind of like, it's kind of like having a wrap with, some, well, you could have, grilled meats or perhaps grilled halloumi cheese with, just exquisitely placed sauces and vegetables inside and wrapped all up and all grilled. It's, from what I've heard, it's ever so delicious, and that's of course if you would much rather have a meal and be out and about, not be confined to a table inside or out. If you would much rather perhaps grab one of those meals and we just find a place to eat them. Somewhere perhaps near the beach or somewhere else in town where it's still a bit more, quiet ambience. Maybe the nearby park. What do you say to those? Which one do you say is more interesting? Okay. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, well, I guess I'll make a mental note of that. As for other things to do, well, those, well, the museum and the cathedral, they are still on the table if you'd like, but that's your choice. It's, we don't have to. But I have noticed that not too far from here, about a 5-minute walk, there's an arcade over there, so more of those arcade video games, you know the ones with the plastic guns and you shoot the bad guys, and also those driving sort of games where you could race with each other. Oh, those were exceptional fun. I think, the last time when we went, about a month or two ago, I think it might have been more, but the racing games, the competitive ones, were ever so fun. I remember when we were playing together, and I believe we were neck and neck with wins and losses. I'm surprised because I've not really driven, but I suppose your tips definitely helped out as well, and the tips on the arcade video game too, they helped as well. So anyway, so made a note of that if you would perhaps would rather spend a bit more time doing something more upbeat and exciting. And I'll promise you this time I will have another attempt at the crane grabber game, and this time I'll try and make sure that you do walk away with a cuddly toy. Fingers crossed. Here's hoping. But let's see. We'll see how that goes. But only if you'd like to. Which would you rather have? More of an educational time, or think a bit more upbeat and exciting? Yes, that's more than good with me. Okay. Just to be sure, one more thing. We can perhaps do one of those activities after we finish our drinks. Maybe go for the meal. Have a bit of a walk around to help the food go down, and then round off with one more activity, if all goes well. Now, from what I've read, there are mini golf courses around here. There should be one near the beach as well, quite a long one. Has a bit of a Pirate Cove sort of aesthetic to it. So I thought maybe if you're feeling quite competitive, maybe we can have a game of crazy golf and see how you fare on that. I'm quite fond of trying out crazy golf. I've never given it a try, but I would love to. I've seen all the pictures about how it all works, with, like, for example, the little windmills spinning around and you've got to hit the ball in so it doesn't hit the blades, and the little curves and the swings. It's all really great designs. I really like the look of it. But yes, I would absolutely be up for this if you are. So there's that, but there's also another thing. There's also let's see. There's actually a nearby animal sanctuary. So, animals with, I believe it's sea life and zoo with some birds and some barn animals, things like that. So again, if you're not feeling too competitive again, or at all, and just want to maybe spend some time with the animals, maybe we could have a walk around there and see the reptiles and fish and birds and all sorts. I heard that there's even a very large aviary that you can walk through, and that's kind of like one of the exits out, to be with all the birds. So, any of these catch your attention? Okay, well, yes, make a note of that. There we go. Okay then. Well, I guess we've got our day all sorted. I know that we initially wanted to kind of plan it on the way here, or at least the day before, but I don't know, I just thought it'd be a bit more interesting to kind of just decide on the day, be a little bit more spontaneous at least, but still following what plans we can, where possible. So, okay, well, that's all sorted when we do all those wonderful tasks that you've decided on. And then we'll head back to the train station right before 6 p.m. Right back at home, ready for supper. And of course, hopefully, a lovely night's sleep after that. Alright then, so, tell you what, I'm just going to nip off to the bathroom and just brush myself up. You just take all the time you need with drinking, and when we're both ready, we'll set off. How does that sound? Absolutely. I'm more than happy to hear that. Right. Okay, well, I'll be back in a moment, and if you ever need anything, I'm always here for you, because I love you. Alright, beloved, you stay safe now, and enjoy your drink. I'll be back soon.